Hello and welcome to Wyckoff Training Academy. First of all, thanks a lot for yesterday's video, which I have uploaded based on whatever things I have training students based on and whatever things which I train normally. And I thought so. I shared some of my thoughts and experiences based on which I think there are many traders who are facing same kind of a problem or might be facing same kind of a problem. So thanks a lot for your love and affection and appreciation for my previous video. So having said that, today's uh, uh, from this week onwards, I'm starting a new, uh, you can say, uh, new format of and sharing videos, like new format of videos, wherein I would be covering last trades. That would be a recap of last week trades. And because it is highly impossible for me to share the trades in live market because I am fully involved in my trading. So, and my trades are very fast. So that's the reason I find it very difficult. Though I have come up with a solution for it, I would be sharing my trading channel link wherein you can join in and you can watch my trades, how I initiate trade and uh, what values I initiate trade and how I exit the trades. So it would be for live trading. If you want my live trades to understand and see, because it is good for people who are only looking out for signals and people who are like students who have already covered my or who are opting for my courses. It is good for them and they understand how the application work is done and how if I say I'm 80% positive kind of a trader or 80% accuracy is there in my trades. So how I achieve it in live trading. So first of all, it won't be possible to give you post and pre trade scenario because I trade on 5 minutes. So that is, and I am consistent in 5 minute trading. So for that purpose, you can join my trading channel, uh, wherein I would be sharing my updating whatever trades I would be taking. You would be getting a message on Telegram within a fraction of minutes or fraction of seconds. So you can keep a track of my trades as far as counting my accuracy or profitability. Second thing, the main intention behind taking this recap session is to make my student understand how I trade. I'll not draw the things like, for example, if it comes to market structure, I'll not draw what kind of market structure I apply while trading, especially in my recap last week trade session. And as though I have my unique buying and selling structure defined early, beforehand. So in this recap last week session, that was like from started from 1st April, I would be using and all my trades are based on my toolkit and toolkit's application, why Yscape auto in terms of effort versus result and in terms of price and volume. So this would be taken into consideration. So that would be taken into consideration. Third point, all my trades are based on my unique trend analysis. My trick for assessing distribution and accumulation. And after that, I have my own unique way of like I follow three trade setups. or you can say four trade setup, spring up, thrust and pullback on both the side. And as far as exits are concerned, I have my own unique profit booking strategy and stop loss trailing strategy as well. So I'll not get into how this thing is because this is all related to course content. I'll not get into that one. But thing which I would share to you is where I got the trade and how I entered into it and why I entered into it and where I exited it. So we'll start with 1st April. These are the indicators which I would be using. Padri's WTA Wyckoff tape rating toolkit version 133. Padri's WTA auto wise waves effort versus result. Auto wise waves price versus price and volume 143, 142 and 133. So having said that, let us begin with the presentation. We'll start from 1st of April. We'll only look into 5 days of data. The stock or the script or the instrument which we are looking into is XAUUSD gold spot. So what was my first trade initiation point? So this was my first trade initiation point and I got first trade over here. Reason being there is struggle effort versus result kind of scenario. Lot of effort but no result. As we are pulling back, there is decline in volume as well as there is decline in uh, there is a signature of price bar which has been uh, evident for any buy signal. So this is a grade 2 kind of a trade. Grade 2 means price is not touching to the level or to the mean level which I'm expecting, but it is turning before approaching that level. So this is a grade 2 trade. So this was a trade which I have taken, and after that, the second trade which I got was a short selling trade. This is a shortening of thrust. Though we got apart from along with shortening of thrust, we got a bottom formation at this particular point from this level. Effort versus result, effort versus result. We got two efforts to take the market upward, but that resulted in a failure. So for me, this could be a climatic behavior. This could be a climatic behavior. Unless and until this all folded, it wasn't clear. So if I draw my support and resistance level from this particular point, so I don't get any secondary test whatsoever for defining it as a distribution. So that's the reason I have mentioned in my yesterday's video. Practically, it is very difficult. Though I understood what is happening over here, how the exchange of hands is taking place between here. So my sell was initiated at this particular point. So I normally like to see I there are two kind of trading opportunities which you can look for when you're aligning effort versus result and price and volume. First is there has to be a low volume pullback. Second, there has to be a heavy volume. Effort to go upwards, lot of effort but no result. So that comes with along like that comes with the practice and observation that you make based on your whatever time frame or whatever trading style you are into. Either you're day trading or swing or short term or long term or ultra long term, whatever you want to name it. So this was my sell opportunity. So this was my exit first, and at this point, I exited at this particular point because I got a bottom at this particular level. So at any cost, I should be out of this one. So these two trades that resulted in I bought at this particular point because The reason for buying is I always like to buy when things are not in good shape or not in like if a person is buying at this particular point after this closing of this candle, this shows the strength in itself. But there is a lot of gap between your buying point and stop loss. So, so normally, sorry. So normally I avoid the trade. But but if this thing doesn't appeal me to get into trade, I buy at this particular point. So if I'm considering this buy from this point, so this is like 15.2, 15.52, and after that, this point, this sell, it resulted in 14.48. So it is like almost 20 or like 20 points gain in one day. Now we are coming to second. So on second, I got an opportunity at this particular point. If I draw a line, I got a spring, a test of a spring. If you want to look closer, let me draw the line. Let me zoom in a bit. The reason for doing this exercise is that many people they have taken indicators, but they don't know how to use it. Though I have uploaded many videos on YouTube, but still people are finding it very difficult. So this is the level. From here, I drew a line. So this is a spring. Buying is coming into the strength, and selling is getting weaker as we are approaching downwards. So this was the point I initiated my buy trade from this particular point, and then I held this trade and I exited at this particular level. So this is 6.87 or 687 points, you can say. After that, I got another opportunity at this particular point and this opportunity at this particular point. So I'm not running after trade. I want trades to come to me, and there is all other structural kind of thing and other trend analysis taken into consideration when initiating any trade. So for this, I drew this line. I got a spring again, a very good, wonderful trade. Either you enter on this bar or this bar or this bar, this bar. It doesn't matter. But I like to see selling getting resolved, and there has to be some weakness of selling present in the market. So this would be a bar to place a bet, and this would be my buying opportunity at this particular point. You might be asking, how is it possible you're buying on the low? My friend, when you know what you're doing and how you're doing it, it is not a difficult task for any trader to buy on the lows because you know what is happening in the background. There is exchange of hand taking place between sellers and buyers. So this was my trade setup. I got 21 points and six around like 27 points approximately. So after that I got this opportunity as well, but I am not interested in it because I've already made some good points. 30 points in a day is more than enough for me, depending upon my lot size. So at the beginning it was a very quiet day, but here I got a bottom. So this bottom did not allow me to take any kind of pullback trade. So no trade for this entire day. Though there was and there was some accumulation kind of activity taking place over here. Though there was no whatsoever selling climax. That is the reason I mentioned in my yesterday video. If you go follow schematic, you will find it very difficult to apply in live markets or in today's market. So here I apply my unique trend analysis technique, wherein I got an understanding that this is the point where there is accumulation taking place. One sign of accumulation you can see if you're using this toolkit is that whenever there is a price downwards effort, it is being rejected. Whenever there is a price downwards effort, it has been rejected. Whenever there is price downwards movement, it is rejected. Though it is rejected once on the higher ground, but you can see we are having three rejections of effort to take the market down, but no result. So what does that mean? That means somebody is not or smart money or people with deep pockets doesn't want this market to go downwards. So, and that too after a very good and established downtrend. So, after a good sequence of a downtrend, if this thing is occurring at this particular point, so your antennas should go up. Somebody's there is something which is about to happen, and we are going to get trades. So we got a trade at this particular point. First thing, this was a spring. After that, this was a spring or a test of this particular spring. If you know how testing occurs, and many of my students they know how the testing occurs, what is the pullback and how deep the pullback should be, and how we consider it in defining phase. I'm not talking about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I don't get into that kind of phase analysis because it's very impractical. That is not what you would do on everyday basis. You might get it in one time, you will get it in 1 hour, sometime you'll get it in day, sometimes you get it in 15 minutes, sometimes you get it in 5 minutes. Twice a week, thrice a week, once a week, depends. So, but what I'm teaching here is for day to day basis, on week to week basis, on month to month basis. Like for 20 more days in a month, if you're trading based on daily time frame, you should be able to get more than 10 to 15 trades, that too in your favor, where your risk is minimum and your reward is maximum. So having said that, I got one trade over here based on my analysis, which is with this one, and this would be a very beautiful addition into my trading. So one question would arise, like if the people who are using this toolkit, they will say there is no demand greater than supply kind of thing. Remember one thing, on low supply, low demand, price can progress. That means there is no participation from seller side to take this market downwards. So that's the reason this toolkit pays and acts as a main and key differentiator for understanding where the market and flow is going to go or where the market is going to go in near future. So if I hover my mouse over it, why I'm not getting this in? I think I have to update this version. So having said that, this is my first entry, this is my second entry. This was absolute buying kind of situation, which was resolved later on, resolved into buying itself, and then prices started moving upwards. But at this particular point, I exited all my entries. As I told you in the beginning, I have my own criteria of exiting my entries. and for locking in my profit. So if I say on this particular day, I made around like almost 30 points. So that's good for me. I'm done with this day. And in this particular session on 4th April, I got opportunity at this particular point, but at this point, I was not there in the market. But if I drew a line like this, and if I see how price is, like how many of you know absorption to be taken place on the resistance? And how many of you know about demand is getting absorbed at the support? This is a very unique uh, price behavior where you can see if this is a support and it has broken and now it is getting converted into resistance. This is a very unique uh, signature kind of a thing wherein you can see price is getting rejected on a higher grounds. So there is no whatsoever interest of in the on the side of the smart money or people with deep pocket to take this thing upwards. Though there are other things, I consider this efforts and I consider this volume along with it. I'll not get into what kind of analysis I do along with this one and what sort of structure I use because that is a pure part of my training and my trading. So I'll not go into detail of that. But this is simple. Whenever this kind of scenario comes up in front of you, along with this one, along with the bottom, along with OS, that means it gives you additional uh, confidence and it gives you additional evidence that market is going to go downwards. So here I entered on this particular bar, this particular red bar, considering it as a upthrust. So this was an upthrust, and though this upthrust, if I think my stop was saved from like if I zoom in, I would have placed my stop above this particular line. So in this case, I was stopped out, I guess. Yes, I was stopped out and I got a re-entry at this particular point. So this was my stopped out trade and this gave me another upthrust, which is much more legitimate because there is effort to take the market upwards. So this is my second entry on this particular bar and I executed my trade at this particular point. Now, why I'm exiting this trade? This trade is very important. Why I'm exiting this trade? The reason being said it's there is somewhat kind of a stopping or buying selling climax ending scenario, and the bars are there is shorting of thrust in terms of bars as well as in wave. So that made me exit my trade over here. So this trade yielded me 11.34 points, and again I got a one setup over here. But after that I got second setup over here. But I think I was not there on for this particular market. I was not available for on this particular day. So I only got in this particular entire day. I got one stop and I recovered my stop and I got 11.34 Now this day was a very tedious day because in this entire day there was price, though we got a very good um, bottom formation which goes aligned with your climatic behavior, your stopping volume, established downtrend, all the features were involved in it to make it a very good candidate for long. But making it a good candidate for long doesn't mean that we'll buy blindly. We need to have a setup, and setup should be in alignment with whatever things we are building a case on. Like we should have more than 4 to 5 evidence before initiating any trade. So here this was a scenario, but I haven't got any spring whatsoever. So and that's the reason we are seeing grinding movement, not clear, confirm, and like moves with commitment. So this day also was not that good. But later on, what happened on five, like around 15:10, he got a top. So whatever has happened over here, that built the pause. And after that, all of a sudden we have seen a breakout, and then there is price season, and price is failing to break this low, break this support, which was previously acting as a resistance. Sometime resistance, sometimes support, sometimes resistance, sometimes support. So here it gives us a clear indication. And after this kind of behavior, no supply. White bar signifies no supply. And after this kind of effort to take the market downwards, there is no supply printing. And again, there is an effort versus result. So if you are not into a trade at this particular point, by this point, you should be in the trade because this shows us the commitment that there is some buying taken place or there is some selling like selling has shifted his or changing of hand taken place between suppliers and demand suppliers or supply and demand or sellers or demand buyers. So we have some more points to get in the market. That's the reason I got into a trade of buying at this particular point. Though I entered on this no supply because this is the uh, point wherein my risk is minimum and my reward. Let the market take care of my rewards. I don't mind exiting on 10 points or exiting on 50 points or 20 points. That is not what I'm concerned about. So as soon as the price started stalling and price reaching the top and finding it difficult to go upwards. So I booked 31 points. So all in all, if we calculate 31, let me bring up my calculator once again. 31 plus 11.34 plus 17 and 12 plus 17.99 plus 12.0 72.23 plus 21.34 plus. You can also do the math. at the end of the video along with me. Plus 6.8 and 6.9, I'll consider 6.9 plus 15.52 plus 14.48. So a grand total which the points I earned in this with one SL in this entire 5 days. I haven't counted the number of trades, so that goes around. Let me bring up in this way. Hmm, my bad. Total profit, you count it as pips or points or whatever you like. One second. Hmm, it is around 130.37, I guess, or 57. Sorry, 130.57 profit in last 5 trading days, which is quite good because I'm used to this kind of profit every week, plus or minus. Sometimes it might be below 100, sometimes it might be 500 points, 300 points, 200 points, depending upon the market. Because I don't run after profits, I don't run after this how much fixed targets. Though I have tentative targets that in dollars that to be achieved on a weekly, monthly basis, and I achieve it comfortably. But my main objective is to minimize my risk and maximize my profit. That too, I only care about minimizing my losses and let the market take care of my profit. So that is how this entire week, uh, from 1st April till 6th or like till 6th, we had a very good trading till 5th, I should say. So it was a very wonderful week, 4 days of trading. Excellent. And looking forward to meeting you, like interacting with you on weekly basis. This is a new practice which I've come up, and I'll in between if you want to track my trades and if you want to see how my trades works and how I uh, initiate trade, I'll share my link of trading channel that would be uh, a free trading channel, so you can join in and just observe that. That would be for educational purpose. I don't recommend any, I don't give any calls. I don't want anyone to trade based on my calls. Take your own calls because trading is a risky business, and take advice from a financial advisor before taking or making any trading decision. So this all whatever things I'm making is just for education purpose, though they have hold some value in trading, and this effort is just to show you how my kind of trading works and how my kind of trading generates results. So thanks a lot for watching the video. I haven't covered in detail and I'll never go into detail because these are all training concepts, because there are many students who have opted for the course. this would be an injustice to them. So hope this adds value into your understanding and builds your confidence in across Wyckoff or on Wyckoff method. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you have anything, if you have any comments, if you have any question to ask, if you have any analysis to be furnished based on some particular stocks, commodities, or any financial instrument, please you will get my Telegram ID and WhatsApp details. Just drop me a message. I'll try my level best to come back to you with this possible solution or analysis. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Bye bye.